Hi, and welcome to XR for Work. This is the show where we explore the immersive, virtual, mixed and augmented platforms designed for business and professional use. My name's Rick, and I'm your host here at XR for Work. This week, we continue our exploration of apps in the Oculus App Lab that are non-gaming titles that might fly under your radar a bit, but definitely have some value and are worth taking a look at. A few weeks ago, we reviewed CPR Simulator, which is a fantastic app for learning CPR and AED basics. Well, today we're looking at a similar app, a little bit broader in scope, an app by DualGood Health entitled BLS. Now, BLS stands for Basic Life Support. So BLS covers CPR, the AED, the automated external defibrillator, as well as choking and the management of an unconscious individual. Now, DualGood has released a consumer version of their enterprise and healthcare offering, and we're going to take a look at what you can take advantage of right off of App Lab, right on your Oculus Quest headset, and then talk a little bit about what they can offer their corporate and healthcare enterprise customers. So with that, please, if you enjoy our videos, we ask you to follow our YouTube channel, give us a thumbs up, and we'll tell you more about how you can follow us in other venues at the end of the presentation. And so with that, let's get started. Okay, so Basic Life Support, or BLS, by DualGood Health is an app you can find in the Oculus App Lab. Now, this is a capture from their website, and I wanted to show this for a very specific reason. If you watch this loop and you notice the participants, they're all wearing the Vive headsets, wired headsets with motion trackers on their wrists. And this is very, very cool, very powerful setup and system, no doubt. But what I want to call to your attention is that, DualGood is an Oculus ISV partner, and they have really leveraged that partnership and taken advantage of being able to give you this really full fidelity experience with just your Oculus headset and hand tracking. Really, really good hand tracking too, if I can give a shout out to them. So all this extra hardware, all the cables, not necessary with this app. You're just using your headset, hand tracking, and you're going to get as good an experience as you're seeing here in this loop. So let's jump in. We'll go to the next slide. And again, I pulled this off of the DualGood website because I think it's worth mentioning. Why learn CPR in VR? Well, first of all, you can see here that current methods or the exposure of individuals to first aid and CPR is really low. And then those that do use VR to learn CPR and some of these skills score it better, as a better experience in terms of ease of use, the contents that's included, and the overall experience better than learning it in real life. And let's just jump back here for a minute. And here's the link that they point to on the website that shows you these statistics, right? And this is from the British Red Cross. Research shows 5%, just 5% of adults have the skills and confidence to provide first aid in emergency situations. And one of the really thrilling things about VR, right, is that we kind of do away with all these limitations we have in terms of being able to learn things kind of in the comfort of our own homes, if you will, with as good a output or as good as a result as we can in these expensive classes and labs with these sim dummies. So let's take a look at that. And so we're going to start here first looking at settings, because it's really good to kind of understand. When I first got in here, I had a little bit of trouble kind of getting set up. And it's because I didn't take my time kind of looking at these settings. And at this first point, you can see you can kind of set it for centimeters or inches in terms of its measurement. But this slider down here is a really important one, right? I didn't make an adjustment here and left it on 120 seconds, which means each time you do CPR, you're going to have to do it for 2 minutes straight. And XR for work, Rick is getting, this is my age now, right? 60, and doing 3 runs of CPR at 2-minute stretches. I was sweating pretty hard. It's a bit of a workout. So make sure to go in here and adjust this to where you're comfortable. You can also decide to do it with a respirator mask or without a respirator mask. You can here you could pick the cycle. So again, if I had selected 4 cycles at 120 minutes each of these scenarios would have lasted 8 minutes of CPR. And let me tell you, that is a workout. We can put it to 2 cycles and 60 seconds. That might be what you want to shoot for, and whether or not you want to do the breathing with respirator mask or not, you can decide to do that. And then again, you can set these for the choking scenario for CPR, or for running through all of them as the layperson. So pay attention to these settings, whether you're on the side street, whether you're going to be in the office. And of course, they have some additional scenarios and settings coming soon. Okay. And then as we jump in, I wanted to give you a sense of my setup and how I did this, right? Because I think that's important to understand. So here I am in my little office area, and my wife kindly let me grab a couple of throw pillows off the couch. And this actually worked really, really well. I mean, you get this sense of a pliable surface being under you, certainly not the same as someone's chest with ribs and muscle and flesh. But there is certainly this quality where you're pressing down and you're getting some bounce back. So you can see me going through the CPR actions that are being demonstrated to me, and I'm going to do the rescue breathing. And it's always amazing to me and interesting to watch this, because you have no concept of what you're looking like in real life because you're so immersed in the simulation of what's going on. And we'll take a look at the simulation in a minute, but I wanted to give you a sense of how I set this up. Certainly, you want to be in comfortable clothes, have a pillow for your knees, and if you have a pillow to represent the victim or the patient, so that you can press down, that's going to give you a much better experience than pushing on the floor. Now here it's pausing me to apply and use the AED. So you can see me kind of putting a patch on one side of the chest, taking and putting a patch on the other side of the chest. And then the AED is going to get a reading, and then it's going to give a shock and then tell me to kind of continue CPR. And it gives you the hand placement, and there I go. And okay, enough of that. Just wanted to give you a sense of how you might want to set this up. Now, if we go ahead to the actual experience, I'm going to pause here a second and call out that I've set my Oculus up here in my Oculus home to use hand tracking. And so from the point that I'm opening up the app, I already have hand tracking on. So that's important to understand. Again, the first time I did it, I kind of had my controllers. I got a little confused right here. And again, you can see, right, you'll have the ghost hands through the entire. And then again, here's our menu. And we saw a little bit of this as we looked at the settings. But over here on the scenario, you'll notice that healthcare is grayed out, right? That is your enterprise level that gives you access to some additional features and functions. We're keeping the consumer license, person license, and you can see that that's the selection over here. Go into settings. Individual. We'll obviously go into stress. Okay.
Verify scene safety.
So what I want to just call out that, besides just CPR, there are other elements to managing this whole scenario besides just giving CPR. And it's really great that they're calling these out to you and you get this experience. So hopefully you don't forget it when or if you're ever involved in a situation like this. Because if you're the only thing between this person living or dying and you get hurt, well,
remove the broken bottle and place it safely in the bin.
So it's going to walk.
Tap the victim on the shoulder and shout, "Are you okay?" Shout for nearby help.
Now, again, I'll pause here because it actually does make you, it turns the microphone on and it's looking for you to say something. You could probably say, hey, wake up. You could probably say, sing a song. It doesn't matter. It's looking for you to make some sort of noise that you're following the instruction you're calling for.
Help.
Ask someone to call for an ambulance. If there is nobody
Which
present,
emergency
call
service
for an
do you
ambulance
require?
yourself.
Ambulance service, what is your location? An ambulance is on its way to your location.
Battery low. Phone switching off.
So, the way DualGood handles this particular part of the scenario, very different than CPR Sim that we looked at a couple of weeks ago. So, a judgment call on, the value of that between the two applications, you're still going to get a fantastic value.
Immediately begin CPR. Please kneel down next to the victim.
Well, I have.
This is the correct grip.
Now we'll pause here again. And again, it's showing you the hand grip. Again, very valuable information. How am I going to place my hands when I start doing
Simply intertwine
CPR?
your fingers like so. Now place them in the center of the chest between the nipples. Keep your arms straight, lean over the victim, use your body to compress the chest.
Good pace.
And
keep at this rate.
so it's actually measuring depth and pace. So again, initially I had some trouble being able to get the right depth, and I had to stop and I had to reset my boundaries and make sure my floor was set accurately, because it is absolutely measuring how far you're pressing down. And if you don't have that floor depth set quite right, you'll run into some trouble. But once I did that and I found the right thing, the pillow worked fine and it measured the depth. And then again, you're going to do this.
Good pace. Keep at this rate.
As you set in the setting. You can see it.
Good pace. Keep at this rate.
Assessing.
This rate.
Press the green button to turn on the AED.
Okay, so this AED appears for you.
Pull green tab to remove pads. Apply pad to patient spare. Apply pad to patient spare chest. Apply pad to patient spare chest. Apply pad to patient spare chest. Assessing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient. Assessing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient. No shock advised. You should now perform CPR.
And then we'll go through another set of CPR here.
Keep at this.
And then I'm going to jump ahead again.
Good pace.
After we go through these cycles.
Good pace. Keep at this rate. Good pace. Keep at this rate. Good pace. Keep at this rate. Good pace.
Okay,
keep at this rate.
After you've gone through your cycles. Okay,
good pace. Keep at this rate. Good pace. Keep at this rate.
From the point of uh, the patient or the person having the event in front of you, to clearing the scene, to doing CPR and breathing, to putting on the AED, to contacting emergency services. You were involved front to back in this.
Great work.
That gives you a sense of how you did, right? And you can see I got an 81%. I was slow on 15% of my compressions, too fast on 2%, and uneven on 2%. So, it gives me a score. And that's okay. I mean, the idea is you practice this to get better at it. This isn't a one and done thing. And that's part of the problem with CPR trainings, is that a lot of people might get it once in their life or never in their life. And here
I
you
can
can
take
go,
over from here.
all right, I want to get, a 95% or better. I'm going to do this again tomorrow, and I'm going to do it again next week. Or, hey, I haven't done this in 6 months. I'm refreshed and ready. I got it. Okay, so you can come out of that event, and now I can select other places. I'm going to go into the office setting, right? And the 3D environment changes, and we're going to do a choking victim. And so here's our guy in front of us. He's, having a little popcorn around the office, real pleasant 3D setting, looking around. We're having a
Ask,
chat.
are you
And
choking?
suddenly,
Are you choking?
Ask, are you choking?
Choking?
and so you can see even the character is very good at indicating to you, yes, I'm having a problem.
Ask,
He's
can I
responding.
help you?
Can I help you?
Ask, can I help you? Stand behind the person.
You see he goes translucent. And again, this is all
Thrust
about hand
slightly above
placement.
the belly button. Almost. Keep going.
Thank you, I feel much better.
So there you go. And it's funny. I mean, I'm actually wanting to pat the guy on the shoulder and go, are you sure you're okay? But I mean, again, you get very immersed in these scenarios. And then we're going to do just one more that's included, which is the recovery position. And this is when you come upon a person, or somebody is unconscious, but after you've assessed them, they are breathing and so you're not going to do CPR, you're not going to do AED, but you want to be able to
Place the hand nearest to you at right angles to the body.
and again, very,
Tuck their other hand under the side of their head.
would you have known? Have you practiced it?
Bend the knee farthest from you to a right angle.
Go through
Carefully roll the person onto their side by pulling on. Open their airway by gently tilting their head back and lift.
a family. It's not going to be a stranger. It's going to be a family member that you may have to
Their
use this
chin.
on.
You should now stay with the person and monitor their condition until help arrives.
Valuable applications come to VR and be available to us. So you can find basic life support, BLS, by DualGood or DualGood Health on SideQuest. SideQuest points you to App Lab. You can open up App Lab and find it. But in either location, you're going to get it from App Lab. It's priced at $29.99 US. It utilizes hand tracking, right? You're not going to use your controllers. It has a series of scenarios where you actually experience the life-threatening events as they occur. It's not just the practice, but then as they occur, you can do the practice and skip the scenario and go right into the CPR or the AED, the choking, recovery, breathing, right? You get to apply an AED, place a person in recovery position, perform the Heimlich on a choking, and again, repeat as many times as needed to get that refresher and to feel confident that you're able to assist if you ever come upon a situation like this. And then DualGood has enterprise and healthcare versions, right? You can contact them for commercial licenses. So if you would like to use this at your place of business or your healthcare organization, and you think this would be a good way to help refresh or keep your staff freshened on this content, you can contact them for commercial licenses. And you get additional content, right? There's video instruction, there's additional scenarios, additional interventions. There's a web administration portal where you set up user accounts. So I would actually log in when I went into the headset so that after I go through the specific steps, right, it's tracking me, it's tracking my performance. So that 81 I got, the organization may say passing is 85. And hey, Rick, you got an 81. Come back next week. Let's do it again. Or hey, just stop by anytime you want. Check out a headset. Go perform. Log into it, or maybe on your headset at home, log into the account, and you can practice it again. It also has LMS integrations or learning management systems. So if your organization has a way that you track and keep people accountable and have those regulatory requirements for being able to manage that people are getting this training, they can integrate to LMS. And then there are additional levels of technical support that you can get through DualGood with the enterprise or healthcare version licensing. Okay, well, that's it for today. And again, as always, we thank you for being with us. Again, we hope you'll follow the channel, subscribe to us, please. Give us a thumbs up on our videos. If you'd like to shoot us an email, it's rick@xrforwork.com. Come join our Facebook group at XR for Work. We'd love to have you there, where we discuss, business uses of XR. Follow us on Twitter at XR for Work, and then say hi over at LinkedIn. XR for Work is Rick Castile, Nicholas Johansson, and Tom Soderlin. And so with that, we thank you. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the metaverse. Bye now.